In this video tutorial, what I'd like to do is that I'd like to go over some a couple common curve editing issues that you may encounter as you're doing your serial slicing. And I want to present two approaches that you can use for cleaning up your models, especially when they are composed of multiple independent geometries and you're trying to create slices for your models. I'm going to present methods for cleaning them up. Okay, so I'm going to start by grabbing one of my sections here in my model that has some overlapping components, or that has a series of overlapping components in it. And I think this is a good one. So I'm going to do a move, and I'm going to move this to 0. We're just going to use this as a model to for the purposes of this tutorial. And this is like a good example of what happens when you slice through an object that's been created with from multiple geometries. You're going to get multiple independent parts, and you want to turn them into sort of like a single contiguous path that you'll use for laser cutting. Now, one of the things that you might need to do, you might have to do a shift Ctrl-G to ungroup your elements so that they can be accessed individually. And I'm going to take this object and I'm going to slide it over and Alt tap it to make a copy. Okay, and there are basically two approaches that we can take. I'm going to select all of the magenta elements because those are the elements that we're going to use to make our outer curve. And one approach that we can take is that we can use the CurveBoolean command. CurveBoolean command. And one of the things that we want to do is that we want to delete input all. So that gets rid of everything that we've used when we do this. And combine regions, we turn that to yes. Now, it says click inside regions to keep, press enter when done. We could take that approach, but another approach, if we click on the outside, it will generally select the outermost edge, which is what we actually want. And then we right click and we have that profile. And what's nice about it is that it's also joined. Okay, we'd probably want to move this, change the object layer back to the magenta layer, but now we have a contiguous path that has gotten rid of these interior curves. Now, that's one approach. Now, that doesn't always work in a single shot. So another approach that you can take is to select the curves. Let's take a look at this. We're going to select our curves again, and this time we're going to type in the command trim. Okay, and what we can do, we can use the trim command to get rid of those areas that we don't want to keep, and so that we're just left with the outermost edge. But when we do that, we have to select that area, and then we want to join it together to turn it into a contiguous curves. And using those two approaches, either CurveBoolean or doing a trim where you select everything and then you get rid of everything except the exterior edges that you want to keep, that's a really nice, efficient way of cleaning up your curves and joining them for serial slicing. I hope this is helpful.